Okay, what's up, guys? We're here with Christophe McCallum, who
What's happening?
at the weekend here won the most prestigious
Um,
event of the weekend. We had three YCSs going on simultaneously, but nothing compares to the Cumbernauld Regional.
yep.
Established, esteemed, prestigious Cumbernauld Regional. How'd that go, Christophe?
It was all right. I won, I think. So that was cool. Um, Played Pure Sky Striker. It's the new ban list. Didn't touch it. So that was pretty good.
As we saw from
I got
from
my
the
Wake in the Dragon popped a lot.
yeah,
Shout out Scotland.
shout out Cumbernauld, shout out Blind Twin Twisters. We saw from the YCS Top 64 breakdowns that Pure Sky Striker is the most popular deck at all three events, I think.
Yeah.
Obviously, Goki getting hit on the ban list with Goblin and Invoker has freed up a lot of potential for this deck to come and kind of take over. Maybe we'll
I
get
think it
close.
won to the YCSs as well.
Yep, 1-2 the YCSs.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of variation in the lists, so it'll be quite interesting to see how you, what you thought of some of the lists that topped the YCSs. But if you want to run through the deck list and just give us some reasoning for some of the cards.
Yeah, sure. So start off with Free Ray. Obviously, it's pure. I played 6 hand traps because Goki's not as big of an issue anymore, obviously. But I knew there was like 1 or 2 people playing it, and obviously, like going into like these smaller events, there's only like a few people that you kind of have to worry about. And I also knew for some reason that there was going to be an amount of Gem Knight FTK at the region, so I wanted to play hand traps that beat magical midbreaker field, because that card's terrifying. I'm sure if you draw Gem Knight on Phantom Quartz, they can't add off Lot Dragon, and that's good, definitely.
Yep, that's the way to stop that deck.
They were alright. I only actually used Droll. I think I resolved it like twice in round 1. And I ended up not drawing it against Draco, which was that was the other reason I played it, was for Draco. But I didn't draw it against that deck.
So going in, you pretty knew there was going to be, you pretty knew what the field was going to be. So
yeah,
hand traps to kind of tailor it. In a more generic tournament, what do you think the hand trap lineup would be? Think you'd put ogres in or impermanence?
I'd probably play the free ogre. I don't have access to impermanence. I might play that, I suppose. That's all right. Impermanence is all right with Awaken the Dragons, I guess. Oh, weirdly, I did almost play like lots more traps. I almost played Lilith, like, you know, that thing that tributes itself to set the free, or to set one of the free. Because you can reveal Waking the Dragon off that thing with like other responsive cards, and they can't pop whatever it is. They don't get to see what you set, so you just get like free traps that they can't pop.
Seems pretty
and
sweet.
it clears itself and it triggers the Diabolus. But that also all sounds like retarded, so I didn't play it. So then the one Hornet drones, obviously ban list set it to 1. Didn't really come up for me that much that it was for 1. I was always able to kill my opponent just with like anchors and the shark cannon, using multi-roll and the field spell.
Yeah, basically just means you can't really justify Ibly in the deck anymore.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. No. Free Engage obviously is the best card in deck. Adds Eagle Booster and draws Widow Anchor, so that's pretty solid.
Decent.
Free Area 0.
So between Area 0
with Hornet drones to 1, yeah, Free Area 0 and the 2 terraformings. I'd probably play free and free now if you could, but with Hornet drones to 1, you need the most consistency, obviously.
Yep.
Drawing multiples isn't too bad. It's alright to be able to just like set one and activate another one over it, just to put the spells in grave sometimes. Obviously sending it off multi-roll comes up like every single game, so that interaction's quality. There's also if your Waking the Dragon does get hit at some point during the game, you can set an Ultimate Falcon and use the field spell on it every single turn, and it doesn't get sent, and you just get to add lots of cards for free.
See when your whole deck is built around resolving Waking the Dragon. Another cool interaction with this card is if Waking the Dragon ever gets popped.
I reckon I can probably deck 20 cards to accommodate Waking the Dragon playing in the Scottish meta.
Yeah, I think
like,
so.
It's not gonna. It'll be fine. 100%.
It'll work out. How many times did Waking the Dragon get popped?
I think like 5 or 6 times. It was quality as well. I
Okay.
lost one game. I'll talk about that after, I guess. Free anchor, obviously, like that's how you kill them most of the time. Makes your deck unbeatable going first. And it's good in the mirror as well. So you can anchor your own cards, obviously. Stop them taking your guys.
Yep.
Take their guys and link them away, play around Ray, etc. 2 afterburners. So this was I played 2 afterburners here and 1 in the side. Afterburners is obviously quality against Draco because you get to fuck off a little guy and the floodgate at the same time. If you have 2, it means you can afford to. You what?
I just said yeah, it's ideal. So jamming waves, none between the main and the side. You think that card's trash this one?
Yeah, I don't think like blind shooting cards is very good. Obviously, like jamming waves is quite good in the mirror if someone's playing Diabolus, which is why I played Diabolus because people haven't been playing jamming waves. But you can out it with like Ningursu and you've got Hayates and stuff now, so I don't think it's as much of an issue. Just the Afterburner's been able to hit face up floodgates, been able to hit diagram as well, protocol stuff like that. I thought that was really good. So I wanted 3 of that between main and side. And 2 Eagle Boosters. Again, I played a third of that as well. Eagle Boosters is obviously this quality against trap decks. You can actually make your guys stick, and it just means you have like more things to throw at them the next turn once they've managed to like settle their back row.
Yeah,
amazing in the mirror
really
as well.
Against trap decks. Eagle Booster is something that was really popular at the 200th YCSs. Quite a lot of them players playing multiple copies, and it's something that was never really played before. It's something that was never really played before. So, is it just a shift in the format where Eagle Booster is obviously pretty trash against Goki? So so now there's just more room to play it against kind of slower, grindy decks.
Yeah.
I guess your deck also pretty much makes a guy now with drones being away, so you make a guy, so having that guy stick is pretty useful.
Yeah. There's also like there's a nice interaction like the traps that play like the torrential, like you can torrential and Eagle Booster your own guy or whatever, so it's just a board wipe. I thought that was pretty cool as well. So the third booster goes in whenever I've got torrential in. The shark cannon, like as discussed before, it's obviously like quality in the mirror for when you get reapered or against any like striker variants. Helps you link climb a lot. I use this to make Bomber Dragon quite a lot. I couldn't get a Borrow Sword for the regional, but it is like shark cannon anchor drones is usually like the main way that you make Borrow Sword, I suppose.
Yeah, but actually it seems
Hercules base.
Hercules base. I'm guessing now that you're down to basically 3 Ray. You get limited Rays, which Hercules base.
So having to put back your Rays does definitely come up now. Yeah. Obviously, it's just fantastic for recycling the links. I used 5 Kagari in one game. You put back engages to make your Shizukus live and just kind of reset your grind. It's nice. So obviously, like some of the issues with strikers, if you pop off too early, your next turn isn't always like as explosive, and you've like used your push too early.
Yep.
But Hercules base means that you can just kind of keep going with that. It's also like it's pretty good against like obviously shit decks that end with like you can like anchor their guys or whatever, and then turn you can like use Hercules base to clear their field. It beats through Ray unless they want to give you 2 draws. It's fantastic when you get a scapegoat. You could also equip it to Bomber Dragon that does 6k over 2 guys, which is sound.
Seems decent. Seems decent.
Yeah, so 2 roll. I would have liked to have played 3, but I just couldn't find room for it. So that's why there's 2 roll. Roll's fantastic.
Yep.
I actually found I was like going out my way to like send roll off Hayate and add it back. Sometimes even it's just better than getting an engage.
It was quite an interesting
somehow
play sequence. Again from kind of Top Cut. I think it was Utrecht or Columbus. Players were choosing not to set engage off their multi-roll on
I'll,
turn 1. So
I
if
definitely wouldn't do it on turn 1. Like, you usually like swap it out in your opponent's end phase.
yep,
Your Widow Anchor, if you're
obviously
going to be
because
setting
if
it.
you have it set, people can Phoenix it, or they know where it is, or they know
Well, yeah,
roughly where it is.
that's like you're just giving them a resource to take from you. Yeah.
Yep, I think a lot of players
Um,
initially will just be like, free engage, why would I not set it? But realistically, a lot of grind games, you don't really want engages banished.
yeah,
You're
I
leaving the
mean,
graveyard tab back with Kagari anyway, so
yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're usually just wanting to set like your boosters and anchors, obviously. Or shark cannon if you're like activating that in the end phase to then like reset it. One thing I've really enjoyed about being able to play like free burners and free booster total is like in the games where I've got those in, I can actually afford to reset afterburners because normally I wouldn't do that because it makes it more difficult. Well, it makes it more difficult to recur copies of afterburners because they're getting banished, obviously.
yep, because you
But
still
when
would
you've
play
got
one
free,
or two.
yeah. But when you've got free in your deck, it's quality. You're popping 2 cards every turn minimum. I had turns where I'd pop 6.
Pop 6.
Um,
I may as well just draw 3, pop 6.
yeah.
Pretty dominant position.
So yeah, multi-rolls obviously just quality. I wish I could have played more. 3 goods in the Metal Force Fusion, I still kind of think they're important to get like online early. Especially since I was playing like, I guess probably less spells than people would normally play because I played the 6 hand traps and I played the 6 actual traps.
Yeah, I think there's the spaces where people would either play like, I don't know, Desires or Call with the Graves or MSTs or Twins in the main, so yeah, you end up with less spells.
Yeah, I don't think I'd play Desires now. Not with Hornet drones and the Rays. Like,
yeah, even
it was
banishing
kind of
one
fine
Ray
when
is
you
kind
had like,
of bad now.
yeah. All 3 of your Rays definitely come up like all of your games pretty much. So, and I kind of wanted to play Called by the Grave, but I also forgot about it until 5 minutes before the event that it didn't come up. So I guess that's fine.
What would you replace if you were to play Call by the Grave?
So I kind of feel like I just wouldn't play Droll. I'd maybe cut the Drolls and play like 2 Called by Upstart potentially.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yep.
But I'm not sure because obviously it's like a Scottish event, so you get a kind of warped like perception of what the meta is. So I played the Rota as well. Obviously just an extra copy of Ray. 2 Terra, because we can only play 2 currently. It's obviously much better than actually opening the field spell because it's a spell engrave. You know, you're opening like,
ideal.
You know, Terra goods and an engage is like, you know, that's your cushy. Yeah, so I played Heavy Storm Duster because so I think it's better than Twin. Obviously, like Twin is really nice, and you'd want to play Twin. But you have to beat like cards like Imperial Order and Secret Village. Obviously at the end of the day, you know, this is also just better value than Twin Twister, regardless. Unless you're discarding like a Metal Force Fusion or something. So yeah. Additionally, like Storm Duster is really good with the next trap, which is Waking the Dragon. Because obviously, like say like if your opponent sees Waking the Dragon at some point earlier on in the game, say off an area 0, your Heavy Storm Duster is probably going to be safe for the rest of the game, which is really nice. Which means that you can flip your traps at your own pace.
Yeah, because you don't want your opponent basically forcing activations of things like Storm Duster when it would be kind of subpar to do so.
Yeah, so it means you can like set the rhythm of the game important with this deck. So yeah, the last card in the deck is Waking the Dragon. So basically, I expected there to be like good amount of Draco at this event. You know, everybody's kind of got access to it now. It's not like extremely difficult certainly not like difficult to pick up. But I did know that like pretty much as long as I could like keep it a secret, like pretty much all my Draco opponents would be popping my Waking the Dragon. The card was really, really good. Yeah, I won games I had absolutely no business winning because of it. Like there was a game against Paleo where I'd been, I lost game 1 to like Toad Order Anti-Spell, and then game 2, got Reapered from Akigari's, tagged out my Ray into Shizuku, and then he drew for a turn and Reapered me for all my Shizukus as well. But then on my turn, I just kind of like made a Hayate with my Shizuku, attacked him, and like set to and passed, and he didn't seem to think anything of the fact that he'd like Reapered me and looked at my extra deck, or that I just made a Hayate. So he like end phase Storm Dusted me and like just decided not to win, I guess, because he hit my Waking the Dragon. So like I had Falcon and he just couldn't out it, so that was nice. Used it to summon Ray out the deck once or twice as well. That was kind of alright. It's kind of like more copies of Ray sometimes. Like you can just like kind of brick and set Waking the Dragon, like yes, a nice wee Shizuka. So that was alright. And also like I wanted to be able to side like specifically Torrential. I thought was like really, really good. So I wanted to be able to side that safely. So like if my opponent saw Waking the Dragon, I'd be able to just side into that. And like specifically against like Draco, your Draco opponent just like they'll not, as they're like building their board, they're not going to line pop your back row as they're going, which they normally would. So then when they summon like, you know, their second or third Draco monster, you can just like Torrential them. So yeah, that was the main deck. Do you want like side or extra first?
Go extra. Go extra.
Sure. So I played 3 of each Link monster. I kind of think it's important. I think everybody else picked up on that at the weekend as well. So that's fine. Like the 3 Hayates did come up for me. I really like it. Like see specifically in like the mirror or like Altergeist. You're able to plan like with the 3 Hayates, you're able to plan like say like 4 or 5 turns ahead on the kind of clock that you're going to put them on, because you can, you know, you obviously Hayate Eagle Booster is just like a guaranteed 1500 damage.
Yep, that's right.
So if I know that I'm like able to put out a Hayate, you know, turns like 4, 6, and 8 or whatever, that's really, really nice being able to do that. And obviously just being able to like, sometimes you've got to like swap out for easy like link access. Say like you've summoned a Kigari on their turn and you need to summon another Kigari on yours.
Yeah, but you don't want to waste Shizuku doing it.
Don't want to waste the Shizuku.
The turn 1 play where you go area 0 target Ray, Chain Ray.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So
it's incredible for that, because that was that play always felt absolutely horrible before.
Yeah, definitely.
Having to waste the Shizuku potentially, so that's nice. You can also, it's also a Link monster that points into your main monster zones for Waking the Dragon. So it's nice to be able to do that. You can like, make a Hayate and then like make a Hayate and say like try and like force out some back row, and if they chain it and you know like hit your Waking the Dragon, that's pretty nice being able to like summon into your main monster zone. So 3 Hayate, 3 Kigari, 3 Shizuku, obviously. Then Phoenix. If I had another room in the like one more slot, I would potentially play the second Phoenix. I think Phoenix is obviously quality. Pitch Diabolus to pop back row. That's all right. Link Reborn Space Insulator are just for link climbing, obviously. Ningirsu is for Goblin because I'm an idiot. That should be Borrow Sword Dragon, but I couldn't get one.
The Ningirsu actually definitely used to be, I thought, better than the Unicorn in the deck. Just used to give you more outs to silly things like...
Yeah, I like being able to like send the field spell off it and stuff. I think that's cute, being able to send Hercules Base, Metamorphose Fusion, did that a couple of times. So that's alright. But I don't know, it probably kind of should be Unicorn or a Borrow Sword. There should be a Borrow Sword in this extra deck somewhere. I just couldn't get one. Topologic was pretty quality. I played against two Crusadia, which is pure Sky Striker's literal worst fucking matchup, by the way.
It's pretty horrible.
Topologic was pretty quality there. Yeah, it was horrible. I had to have Topologic and Torrential and Eagle boosters because that stupid Return of the Dragon Lords one. That's like Topologic and Torrential.
You know how to beat that deck, right? You just summon nothing. Like literally nothing.
Yeah, but they Black Guard on you.
Oh, okay.
That happened to me.
That's quite terrifying.
See game one against one of my Crusadia opponents, I set 2 and passed because I know that you do that against Crusadia. He twinned me, so I went, alright, Waking the Dragon effect, and summoned Ultimate Falcon. Then he went, alright, activate Black Garden. And I was like, cool, let's go to game 2.
Okay, got you there. Good one.
Then obviously the Ultimate Falcon, yeah, that card's pretty good. It's unaffected by everything, and it's got lots of attack points. So that's cool.
Just single-handedly wins games, right?
Yeah. So the side deck. So I sided the Diabolus. So that's for Geist, Paleo, and Pure basically. They're all pretty grindy matchups. So I kind of feel like you can afford to just play the one Diabolus, and you just sort of see it at some point. Like that happened in all my games. I just sort of like saw it in the middle of the grind, and it was like quality.
Makes sense. And no foolish in a deck, so that basically
no foolish. But like I'll definitely now consider the foolish. I think.
It's kind of.
I don't think I'd play like the second like hard copy of Diabolus. You're not catching me with 2 of that card in my hand, literally ever. Sorry. I played, so there's one Ogre there as well. So I put Ogre in the mirror. That's fine. But I just wanted, I basically had room to play exactly one more card in my extra deck, and I wanted another card for Goku, pretty much.
That makes sense.
Just in case. So that's why there's one Ghost Ogre there. The third Afterburners and the third Eagle Booster. So they go in against all the all the shitty Floodgate decks. Because you need to make your guys stick, and obviously being able to have 3 Afterburners, being able to set Afterburners every turn off multi-roll with impunity, just being able to pop 6 cards in a turn sometimes is just completely absurd. Even if you're just say like using the last spell or trap pop off it to pop your own field spell and get a ray out. So yeah, I think Afterburners is nuts. I don't know why there's people not playing multiples of it. So next, so there's a lot of like ST removal, I guess. There's 2 twins. So generally, like if I know I'm going second against like Draco or like something that specifically can't like secret village me or something horrible like that, I'll put the twins in. Evenly is obviously for like Draco. I guess it's decent against Paleo, but it's like dodgy because of Toad.
Would you be siding evenly against the mirror?
You what?
Would you be siding evenly against the mirror?
No, it's shit in the mirror.
It's shit in the mirror. In Scotland, it might be quite good in the mirror.
Oh, actually, no. In Scotland, it might be quite good in the mirror.
It's insane in the mirror up here.
I kind of think it's shit in the mirror. Like, I think you can win the mirror with engine cards, pretty much.
Yeah. Plus, evenly is it's obviously a good turn 1 if your opponent makes a big setup, but if you're at any point during the grind where you're seeing a lot of your main deck and you're drawn into an evenly in a game state where both of you have cards, it's like the worst card ever.
Yeah. Your evenly is gonna have to like win you the game. My evenly, I think I resolved it like twice. I got wiretapped once and Dark Bride once, and I now remember that I definitely forgot to draw off that Dark Bribe. But that's fine, I guess. It was alright when I resolved it, yeah. I wanted to be able to, there's a cool thing you can do in this deck where you normal summon Ray and attack, and then you go at the end of the battle phase, and you tag out Ray and chain evenly.
That's neat.
But it's kind of like unsafe to do it, because if you normal summon Ray into like a back row deck, if they flip a rivalry on you, then you're going to have to chain the Ray, and then you're going to have a monster on the field that's going to stick in your turns. So you can't really do that anymore, unfortunately. I got evenly once. it was in the last game of the final. I did this big turn where I like popped off with like 3 engages, and then set up a board with 7 cards, and he drew to 2 in hand, and then evenly me for 6 cards, I think. I just kept the heavy storm duster as he set 1 pass. I just shot that in the end phase and had hornet drones, so I just got everything back. So it was sick. Torrential, yeah. So like I mentioned before, Torrential was like, I guess it like synergizes with the Wake and the Dragon that's there. Torrential is obviously a fucking quality card, but it dies to like, you know, like preemptive ST removal and stuff like that. So Wake and the Dragon helps with that. It's the only reason I won any games against Crusader. I couldn't win a game 1 against Crusader. It's not possible.
Yeah, it's
because you just get Kaiju, and
yep, and
your main deck doesn't do anything about that. Yeah, but Torrential I found was quality when they summon a. I think I was waiting until they summoned. I think it's either something under Regulus or like the Echomax. I think it's when they summon something under Regulus, you Torrential them, because then they can't get power.
Yeah, because and also they can, if you wait for the Equimax, they can tribute off the guy they summon to negate the tribute.
Aye, so like, I did it, the first time I did it, I like, almost waited too long, and he summoned the Equimax, but it was only pointing at like the Kaiju that he gave me, so I was like, oh fuck, I'll just Torrential him now. He didn't have power, thankfully. Yeah, because I drolled him that turn as well, that's why that was so, yeah. Because that was the only deck I actually resolved droll against. Yeah, there's some really cool plays you can do. Torrential as well. You can like so you can summon into a board. You can summon a Ray out your deck, say off multi-roll. Then on summon, you can activate Ray to tag out, and then you can chain Torrential and board wipe them, which is pretty nice. I did that to somebody, and then summoned the Diabolus after that as well. So that was like game when it happened. Obviously, yeah, the other thing about Torrential, when you have been Kaiju'd, you can wait, Torrential them, and it will clear the Kaiju as well, which is going to turn on the rest of your back row, which is really nice. And then the last card, Free Typhoon, is just again for like the Secret Village, shit Floodgate decks, Imperial Order. I didn't really have that many like cards available to me really when I was like building the side deck, so a lot of the side deck kind of just seems like the same card. But that was fine because I played lots of, you know, I played a fair amount of back row decks, so having like lots and lots of the same card was actually quality. So yeah.
So that's main extra side been covered. So you want to give us a quick recap of your matchups? I know you've touched upon some of the Crusader games.
So I played against 2 fucking Crusader. Both of them went the same way. Like I lost game 1 and then had Torrentials game 2 and 3. So that's how those went. The deck really like shouldn't beat Crusader at all. Crusader is terrible, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. I've played it for 3 LLDSs.
It's really frustrating sitting across from it.
Yep.
Sitting across from it and reading all their cards and going, wow, each and every one of these is terrible, but I'm dead.
But yeah, each of them is terrible, but I'm dead. They're specifically very, very good against only Pure Sky Striker.
Yeah. And no other deck.
No other deck.
So I played against a Mech Knight Invoked as well. Yeah. That guy, that was a bit strange because game one, I know I killed him with like 3 anchors because he had Purgatrio, Purple Nightfall, Mechaba, but he didn't like negate my multi-roll, so just kind of triple anchored him and killed him. And then and then I got really confused because at game 1 at one point he summoned that's what he discarded off of Mechaba, a Kaiju at one point, and I was like, hold on, I've been Widow anchoring this guy all game. And then the guy at one point asked me if he could like ask me something after the match. And it turns out that after the match he asked me if Kaiju and my guys shuts off literally all of my cards. So that match wasn't that difficult. Yeah, he did Kaiju me game 2 and kill me. So fair play to him, I guess. The game 3 was sound. I played against Paleo. Yeah, so game 1, I got order flipped on main of grind. as I was trying to work for an anti-spell, and then he summoned a Toad, so we know how that goes. Game 2, that was the Ultimate Falcon thing. Don't remember what happened game 3 actually. I know I definitely won. Game 3 I won with Diabolus actually. That was it. That was the game where I had twin pitch Diabolus that game, so that was like pretty tidy.
That's like infinite advantage. That's +8.
Yeah, and then I played against Pure as well. That was the guy that eventually came second. That was the only 2-0 of the day actually. It was pretty alright. Like the mirrors usually like, I don't know, like both games were like fairly back and forth. But I don't know, like I think my side deck's like pretty alright for the mirror. Like I got shared rided once, but I had Ash, so it was fine.
So if you remember back when Sky Striker came out and we were talking about this hypothetical like tier 1 Sky Striker format.
Oh, what the ultimate format?
The ultimate format.
Where it was like only pure Sky Striker.
Yep, only deck was played, so it'd almost be like kind of GOAT format where you're playing pure
you
Sky
should have
Striker
to be
winners.
like, I want this like cool format where like there's this one deck that's like shit against loads of other things, but it's so good in the mirror that everyone plays it, like literally everyone. I want that format.
So what do you think about this format? I think I can't remember the exact numbers at the top 64, but I think over half the field in around about half the field is pure Sky Striker. So
I think it's really sound actually. I've been playing Striker for like,
yeah,
you know, like quite a bit before it came out.
That's why it's quite good getting you
so
on
I'm quite
to do,
happy
like,
that a lot of people
to do an interview where you can actually get a good bit of explanation for all your card choices, because you've been playing it for fucking ages. So what do you think about the mirror in general? I know that you can get back and forth mirrors. Some of them are sometimes blown out quite early.
I mean, as much as I don't like evenly matched, it's strange because I do like heavy storm dusters and that. I just like I don't know, like if you've got all the ego boosters in your deck, like it's usually like pretty fine. Like, that's how I found I was winning the mirror most of the time. I know people are starting to play strike to play around the ego booster, which is terrifying.
Yeah, strike is nuts. Strike's nuts.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna show you the pure Sky Striker list that won Columbus, but you will.
Oh no, I've seen it. No, I saw that like straight away. Yeah.
Did you like it? Did you think the ratios were good?
I think the ratios looked like he was supposed to write 3 Orbital Hydrolander in his deck list, but he forgot to.
That was the best thing I saw from like the whole weekend was the BA player that got second at Utrecht, and he just played one of each kaiju because of Hydrolander. I'm like, that's just fucking amazing.
I actually thought that so I thought like Tom Rose's deck with like all the 2-0s and that. I thought 2 Rescue Cat was like quite retarded, right? Because you have to side a 3rd cat in that deck, which is like, but it's like a cute deck. But yeah, I thought I did like the kaiju deck.
Yeah,
I looked at it initially, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool, and then I looked at it again, I was like, oh, he's not playing any hand traps. That's actually quite sound. Yeah. I guess it loses to Gem Knight FTK. That deck scares me.
So if you play BA, you're gonna lose to Gem Knight, and if you play Sky Striker, you should in theory lose to Crusadia.
Yes. So I think playing some sort of like Crusadia Gem Knight you can summon monsters into zones that Phantom Quartz points to, I guess. That does nothing, right?
If you go first, you FTK them. And if you go second, you OTK them.
Right. You like OTK them, then FTK them in main phase too.
Yeah. You like your whole board away for the FTK and then
shit, that deck plays Blackguard and Enemy. That card's fucking sick in Gem Knight. Right, hold on.
Let's get some theory in the go. No, thanks for coming on and doing the interview. So hopefully we'll see some more deck profiles from you this season.
Yeah,
there's a few regions coming up, so you'll probably be stunting on people with pure Striker.
Yeah, I've got the stage 2 thing to play as well when that gets announced, so that'll be sound.
That'll be pretty sound. Alright, cool, that's been the deck, and make sure to like Mad Dog Gaming on Facebook.com, subscribe on YouTube.com, and go like BodenOfficial_ on Instagram.com, the newest MDG signing.
this a